Hey, welcome to the video. Just want to do a quick video. I'm going to have a break from YouTube for a bit. I'm going to admit myself into rehab. I do have a raging steroid addiction. I've been abusing steroids for close to a decade now, especially the last 2 years, just heavy usages. And I'm going to have to go to rehab. It's just out of control. In 2014, I made a video series, experiment, did a 5-week microcycle of 250 milligrams a week of testosterone and xanthate. Now I know a lot of you guys out there, you swolgers, are laughing at how little that is and how short that cycle is, but it was enough for me, and I put on too much muscle and it started to affect my cycling and my climbing, and my running as well, which is my passion. And again, if you can stop laughing, that is what I did, and I put it on YouTube. Earlier that year I had some surgery, and I used therapeutic dosages, therapeutic amounts of testosterone and xanthate, and it definitely helped my recovery. Even the surgeon said, this is really rapid recovery. What did you do? As I said, full natty bra. So I feel I'm not really representing the full natty bra t-shirt. I'm letting Figsy down, I'm letting the cat fur mic down, and I think rehab's the only way to go for a steroid addict such as myself, Duran Rider. So I'm going to admit myself and do whatever it takes to lose all the gains that I've got from doing steroids. And some people say, hey, but you're a cyclist, you know, like cyclists can't get big on steroids. Well, that's false, because Lance Armstrong was 77 kilos. I'm about 66, 67 kilos right now, and I'm taller than Lance Armstrong. So even Lance Armstrong, who was legally allowed to use testosterone because he only had one testicle, he was still 10 kilos heavier than me. It's like 22 pounds heavier, and he was shorter. So the fact that the reality is you can't take anabolic steroids long-term or in high dosages short-term without gaining too much weight to be a cyclist or a runner. So what happens is people use an injection called Canacort or Kenalog. It's a corticosteroid which helps cannibalize the muscle that you may gain from excess steroid usage, or just long-term. So it's impossible to use steroids as a cyclist and not also have to use the Kenacort stuff to help cannibalize the excess muscle you will get, just because we know that anabolic steroids were designed. Google up the history, you learn about the subject, okay, before you start. You even go to your doctor and get them, and then use them before you can say, oh, okay, now I understand. But with cycling, I mean, my performance was so good that the reason why you see me riding new bikes all the time is I kept snapping them. I kept breaking them. I would get on the bike and I would just snap the bottom bracket out. I mean, I sent back so many Dura-Ace bottom brackets to Shimano, to SRAM. You can call them up. You can just say, hey, who broke the most bottom brackets ever in history? And they'll be like, how do you know Duran Rider? And they'll put the phone down. They don't want to talk about it. Their warranty rep guy had to go into like a post-traumatic stress disorder situation because I was just sending back so much stuff, and I'm like, where is the new product? And it was just horrific for them. It was very triggering. So BB30, you know, they developed the BB30. Shimano are going to bring out a BB30 next year, so I can continue to ride Shimano. They're going to give me a special batch. So if you see my bikes, we'll have the first ever BB30 Shimano crank set, and it's called the Duran Rider Ace. It's one level up from Dura-Ace. So if you're on the gear, you have to use that stuff. I was just going to be snapping spindles, and I've cut my ankles on a lot of snap BB spindles. That's why you see me riding so many different bikes. And with running as well, I was invited to go to the Rio Olympics this year to be a water carrier and a pacer for the Kenyans for the marathon. But they said your running times are a bit too fast, and we don't know if we can get you a TUE in time. So sorry, Duran Rider, you can't be a pacer. They were going to put me on Team YouTube or something like that. So because they did like different teams this year, it was pretty random. They'd like do some refugees and stuff. It's pretty cool. So they're going to put me on the YouTube Nation as a pacer for the Kenyans, but my tyres were a bit too quick, so I had to slow it down a bit. But I didn't drink enough olive oil in time. So you can see that, you know, clearly steroid abuser here. I'm snapping bike frames. I'm contender to win the Olympics and the marathon. I mean, my marathon time of 2:48. Set 2 years ago before I even touched steroids is pretty quick. 2:48 for a marathon, that's definitely world-class time. 2:48. Look up the world record. The world record is 2:03. I'm only like 45 minutes slower. I mean, 45 minutes. I mean, that's not much time in a marathon. You know, 2:48 is really quick. And one time in 2013, I held 10 watts per kilo for 10 minutes, 6 watts per kilo for 10 minutes, which is really quite impressive. I mean, I had so many teams knocking on my door, and they're like, yeah, we'll give you a $1 million contract. And I'm like, man, I need fast Wi-Fi for YouTube uploads on the road, can't do it. Sorry, you know. So I declined my professional career for that reason. Just too good, man. Just too good. What can I say? That's about it. I'm going to wrap it up. Going to go to rehab. Going to check in soon, and we're basically taught to watch the. We're only allowed to subscribe to the full natties, the Keno body. We're allowed to subscribe to Lowbliner, Louis Marco, TMW, Ogus, Gasman. We're only allowed to watch full natty bra guys on YouTube to have our therapy, because I'm definitely, clearly abusing and using long-term anabolic steroids. You can see all the broken bikes. You see that in my extreme musculature, even when I flex. Like it's pretty impressive, isn't it? Like I can wrap my fucking arms around my biceps. Like it's pretty impressive stuff. I can wrap my arms around my forearms. That's clearly anabolic steroid usage, isn't it? Look at that. Clearly. I mean, that's why I trained with like Lance Armstrong off season, because he was just like, man, you're just so strong. You are one full natty bra motherfucker. But trolling aside, I've definitely used anabolic steroids. I'm clear with that. The only reason you know that is because I've told you that. I've put it on YouTube I've had close to 1 million views on YouTube saying, hey guys, I've used anabolic steroids and this is what I've done, this is why, this is what I took, how I got it, from the local family doctor, how much it cost me. I even did a video where I collected cans. I collected cans and bottles and used that money to go and buy anabolic steroids, just to show people how fucking easy it is, how effective they are, how common they are, and how many lying motherfuckers on the internet saying, I've never used steroids, I can look into your eyes and say, I've used them. Those motherfuckers out there, when they say that, they're fucking 100% lying, or they just, I used it like 20 years ago. People lie about it, and you understand why, because even me telling the truth, not even getting caught out about it, people lose their shit. There's so much stigma about the steroids. Going back to those videos in 2014, and you can see how my face was different. It definitely wasn't this lean. My neck wasn't like a little pencil skinny neck. You can see the changes in anyone who takes it long term. Even as a cyclist, you'll see their wattages just go crazy high, like 420, 450, 470 watts for the hour. You know, like, and that's why a lot of people don't post their data on Strava, is because it's like, well, we can see what's going on here. So I put all my power up on Strava, I put all my running races up on Strava, you can see all my park running history, I put everything for everyone to see, for the world to see, literally, just because I want to be 100% transparent. I've taken anabolic steroids just to test if they help with cold weather, and they do. I've taken anabolic steroids with, what else have I done with, like a sleep mask, it's called a, I'm forgetting now, not enough steroids. Anyway, just to see how it reflects REM levels and stuff like that. This stuff is powerful stuff, and it creates changes. And if you take these things, I can guarantee I can tell if you're on that, because I've taken these things. So when I say someone's on the gas, 100% they're on the gas, or they've used it recently, or they've used it to get that level of performance or that level of physique. And people will say, oh, I haven't used steroids for 2 weeks, I'm like full natty bra, but they're still 120 kilos, or they're still looking like the Keno bodies or whatever. So the average viewer has no idea about it because they've never used it personally. Or you've got a few guys or girls out there who've used stuff, but it's been fake stuff. Never ever put anything to your body that you got from the street or a friend or whatever. If you're going to do an experiment, or if you're going to use medical treatments, make sure they come from a doctor, and like a legit doctor, not a fake doctor in Nigeria selling fake shit, like real stuff. Otherwise it can be really dangerous. And would I ever use again? Definitely. For therapeutic reasons? Definitely. Because your healing from surgery or injury is just massively enhanced. Now I know a pro athlete friend of mine who had an injury and he didn't use nothing. And as a result, his injury took a lot longer to heal, in my opinion, than it would if he used a little bit of therapeutic usage. You know? But if he was on if he had connections with TUEs and doctors, and he could have used that system, but he didn't, and he chose not to, and he was full natty bra, and as a result, in my opinion, he didn't get the faster recovery, and then the results in the end of the year, your team goes, well, how did you do this year? Where are your results? Where's your points? So it's a cutthroat system out there, man. It's fucking fucked. And we see with this TUE stuff, with the fancy bears, all these tennis players and cyclists and swimmers and runners and rowers using fucking adrenaline injections and saying, oh, I had like a little bit of asthma, a little bit of pollen, and you're injecting fucking adrenaline. Like, but that's how dumb people are. And that's how the audience is. So fucking uneducated, so dumb. And we've got money, we've got fame. As I've said before, professional sport is basically aggressive exercise funded by money to make more money. Steroids aren't ever going away. They're here. Teenage girls use them. You get a few pimples on your chin and you're 16, go to your doctor, and sex steroids. If you're a burns patient, sex steroids. If you've got a broken bone and want to heal it faster, sex steroids. If you want to put on more muscle at the gym, sex steroids. We live in a fucking steroid world, man. The drugs ain't going away. My goal, my intention is to expose what's going on, to highlight it, not even expose it, but just sort of show you this is what's going on. This is what's going on. It always has been going on. It's always going to go on in the future. Because people want quick results. They're paid to win. They're paid to keep a physique. You know, people do like cosmetic surgery. We get our teeth done. We do Botox. We do Juvederm. We do all sorts of stuff because we judge in society on our appearance. And anabolic steroids, man, fuck. I could literally have a keno body level physique in maybe 8 to 12 weeks because I know how to train, I know how to eat, I know what to take and how to get it and when to do it, etc. And it's just insane. And the temptation's there. Sometimes I just think, fuck all these people. Let's just get on steroids. You know, let's get on. Let's get serious. Let's get real and be a motherfucking swole your fake natty. And then that temptation's there, but it's more out of spite. It's more out of like resentment or like, oh fucking shit. And it's not really me. I enjoy my bike. I enjoy being lean. I enjoy being lightweight. I enjoy the mountains, man. I just love that feeling of just dancing up a mountain at 66, 67 kilo. 73 kilos, I ain't dancing. I'm like lugging and I'm like hard to breathe. Simple as that. EPO is probably the better drug for me, but I've never used it. Would I use the EPO? I definitely 100% would if it was some good YouTube series. I had a really experienced swimming or cycling or running doctor who had a really good experience with like, reading results, hematocrit, hemoglobin, all that stuff. I would do it for sure. I could get EPO in 10 minutes here in Thailand from the local kidney clinic. It's easy for me to get. It's cheap as fuck. I wouldn't use it. I consider it dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. And I'm just a bit OCD with stuff like that. Anabolic steroids, relatively very, very safe, especially in small amounts. Hopefully that clears it up. Smash down some questions down below. Let me make more videos. I want to clear the air 100%. Have no doubts. He's doing it on a full natty bra. Depends what you need by full natty bra. Is Figsy full natty bra? Figsy's definitely never ever had any gas in her system. So ask the questions. Can I be more transparent? Let's find out. Thanks.